everybody. Renee Ewart here, and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I want to talk about kits and cards and more. And so these are great value products from Stampin' Up that can really make card making easy, and for demonstrators, make shipping easy on for Zoom classes. So let's look at this, okay? So I'm going to get right into it. So first of all, this is our March 2021 paper pumpkin, and these are kits, and so you get these monthly, but now they're going to do this thing where you get they should have about 10 kits up online that you can choose from. And like they said, you could do a Zoom class from. So basically you would, your customers would go ahead and order any one of the 10 kits, and then you would hold a Zoom class and everybody could make their own. They're complete kits, so there's more than just paper pumpkin coming out, and they should have about 10 uploaded online for people to browse and choose whichever one they want. So it really is a great deal. The paper pumpkin kit is, if you do a certain kind of subscription, there are different subscriptions, then you can go ahead and get one of those, and then this comes on a monthly basis, and you can stop it and continue it anytime. In this one, the March one, if you ever want to know, the March one is the one to get because it always comes in with a gift. And the gift right here is a sponge, and then these 4 templates that you can use, all right? And these are just wonderful, and the stars are great, and so use the sponge and ink, and you can go ahead and you cut the sponge into 5 pieces at least, and then you can go ahead and sponge over these onto your cardstock. So this is wonderful. And you could also probably, I'm not sure if that would work, but maybe the sprinkles might work. I might try and show that and see if the sprinkles will work for these. So these are really, really great. And there are 4 of them that you got, and they are the sunshine, stars, and mountains. And so these will create some great images on the background of your cardstock. So I think that's wonderful. And this was your gift this time. So March, if you're going to ever get a paper pumpkin, do it with March. In this one, you get the usual, the linen thread, your dimensionals, and your dots. So you always get the same materials, and here are your dots, and these are the mini dimensionals, which actually I needed some, and the linen thread is always wonderful, and they're out of linen thread right now, so it's kind of handy to have it. All right, so then in this kit, just a few things. They have liners, and then you have your construction like paper, nice beautiful envelopes in natural color, makes sense for this kit. And then you got 2 style of your envelope fillers. A lot of times what we do is we cut this off where it squares off, and then you can put that either on the inside or the outside of your envelope, and then keep the rest of this piece for backgrounds for your cards. And I suggest you do that. And the only reason I say that, it looks nice for us when we're closing them, or as if you give the package as a gift to someone already, some pre-made cards, that's really pretty. But if you're sending them, no one really sees the inside of a card. So I really feel that these are like extra designer paper and really is fun. So the next thing are their stamps. Now the stamps right here are this tall one, as you can see, is 2 inches, and it's going to be, that's the tallest height by about 1 and a little bit, almost 1.5 I guess if I use the widest part, it's 1.5. This is going to be about 1 1/8 by tall is about 1 3/4. That's about as tall as it gets. This is not that tall. The sayings are marvelous. They are small, but that is really kind of handy sometimes. I find small sayings really neat. There are some birds in here, flying birds, which is also very cool. It's hello to you, and all the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. So that's really nice. Happy birthday. And that other long statement can definitely go for the birthday, and those two could go together. Here's to you is great as an intro, so you can say anything on the inside. Here's a little congratulations. And then the bottom one is basically saying, I'm not sure what that saying is. I'd have to take it off to read that long bottom one. Here it is. And that one, if you haven't seen it, is may your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. That's a great one for graduation. So I think, or for someone moving or getting a new job or something like that. I think that's great. But so you'll get stamp sets. So in these new kits that they're bringing, you'll get a stamp set, you'll get probably dimensionals and your dots always. You will get always in kits, they always give you, no matter what kit it would be, they would give you examples and then probably alternate examples. Paper Pumpkin always has that. And then in this kit, they will give you cards, okay? So they will give you the actual cards. And in this one, I believe we have 8 for this kit, and they're various numbers. And so that's always nice. And these are the 2 for this one. So you always get cards, and this is great. They're standard cards, but we can make many different kinds of projects with these, and that's what you're going to see in my next video, that the second half of this video, which is going to be all about cards and more, and show you what you can do with those and how wonderful those are. And they are very inexpensive as well. You always get tags. Whenever you're doing this, you always get tags with kits. And so when they say inclusive, that's the kind of stuff they mean. So the only thing you need are glue and scissors if it's an inclusive kit. So I just wanted to show you real quick. And so here they're giving you some scenes for your cards. They're giving you some other materials to make your cards. And then they're giving you some more materials to make your different cards. And so what's really cool about this is you get everything to make the cards that they show, and then plus the alternates work really well with the set. So you really, really have everything that you need in an inclusive kit. And what's nice about inclusive kits is a lot of times they're a little bit like collage, like you're going to see in the second part of this video. They're a little bit like collage, and so your kids can join in, and that's always fun. A lot of times people like to play family games. Well, this is fun too. You can take your grouping, and instead of playing a Monopoly game or something like that, you can bring this out and people can make different examples of the cards and produce a different card from the packages. So it's kind of very family oriented, like I have always said. And it comes as a newcomer, you would always get a block with that, and you get your ink spot. And this time you always get ink with these, and this time it was Calypso Coral. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next part of this video, which deals with cards and more and why I love them. This was a presentation on Facebook, so you will not see my face again until the very end. Okay. Zoom class, so you can go ahead and conduct a Zoom class. The package that I have them go ahead and purchase is the Dragonfly Garden Bundle. And I also have them go ahead and purchase the Dandy Garden Memories and More card pack and the Dandy Garden Memories and More card envelopes, which is a total of $56.75. If they do not want the bundle, then they can get the Dragonfly Garden stamp set for just $23, so for a total of $43 versus the $56.75. They can then stamp and cut out the large Dragonfly, but mostly they buy the whole kit for $56.75. I'm going to show you a great addition to this Cards and More is the ornate layer dies for $37. It really comes out beautiful with this Cards and More. Okay, so basically you get for the cards and envelopes, you get 20 of these. All right, and you can see how pretty. If you haven't seen them, they really are gorgeous. They're beautiful. Very nice, sturdy envelopes, sturdy cards. Really cool. Then you also get 2 each of 18 designs of the 3x4, and then 2 each of 7 designs of the 6x4. Really a beautiful card pack, which goes along with the designer paper. And then you get 2 sheets of these stickers and 2 sheets of these stickers, which you'll see were used for the cards. I'm going to show you the cards that we would make for this. Oh, and here's, of course, if you haven't seen this set, here's the Dragonfly Garden bundle. All right. So if you, so here are the cards that we would make for the Zoom class. And this is usually the first card this one might be. And you can see here I use the stickers. And then this was a Dragonfly on vellum, which was stamped and then colored. And we would go ahead and stamp on the inside. There's no stamping on the outside. And basically you just take 2 of the 3x4s and layer them just like that. And you can leave this sentiment on. You can make your own label or do the sticky, whichever you prefer. It's a fine, easy, the trim is here. When I do these cards, I usually will send them an ink spot, and I will send them some twine, and that's pretty much it. And I put them in a sturdy envelope, maybe a little bit larger envelope, and go ahead and send it with a 70-cent stamp, non-machinable stamp. This would be a second card we would make. And this is really quite easy again. You would use 1 6x4. Then you don't have to worry about the writing here, because you go ahead and you would cover that. And I wanted to show you, I used the other stamp set for this, but I wanted to show you with the Dandy Garden stamp set what that would look like and what you could do. You get 2 of these, and you can cut out the little bees and apply them onto your sheet. And this would be one of the stickies that I actually placed the dimensionals on. So very simple, very nice cards. It is fun to make these. We can make a lot because there's not too much stamping, and they are so much fun. All right, so the next one that we're going to show you would be this card. All right, and this again, I used the 6x4, and it was lined. It was a big sheet, and this was just at the bottom. So I decided to fussy cut it out and use some stickies. This was one of the 3x4 cards, which I went ahead and punched out all the dragonflies. This again is part of the stickies. And so there you go, another very easy 3 by 4, I mean 6 by 6.25 by, no, yeah, 6.25 by 4.25 card, and just very simple card to make. So those would be the 3 cards we would make. And then the 4th card we're going to make, all right, is right here. And this card, you have seen this card last month with Hannah Bird. She made a similar card with her designer paper. Bethany Barnard, who is our team leader, showed us how to do this one fold and make 5 different cards. And both Hannah and I belong to Bethany Barnard's team, and so we both got into this card. And so it was so nice. And so anyway, so what you do with this one, and I just want to show you real quick because she did build this exact type. I did it with this set because I like cards that are bigger. So since this is 6.25 by 4.25, all I have to do is cut off an inch or an 1.25 inches, dependent on you. I did an 1.25 inches here, and I just did an inch here. So you're going to cut the bottom off by an inch, which will give you this. And then you're going to score this at 2 1/8, and then you're going to score on that strip, you're going to score the designer end at 2 1/8. You only need one of these, and you're going to cut this so in half, and one half will go on this side, the other half will go on this side. You will then go ahead and cut since this is now 5 1/4, you're going to cut this by 1 1/4 inches, and then cut this section off by 3/4 to fit it on that strip. All right, so that'll go on that strip, and then of course you would place this on top, this on top, and then I would cut this in half so that you can place it behind, so that when you open your card, of course, you would see this as your back. You would see this as your back, so you wouldn't have this as a backing. All right, so that's kind of important, but you only have to do it on half, so you can just cut it in half and use it. So since we've been doing some of these quick time-lapse videos, I might go ahead and do this on a time-lapse video. Again, this card is just cut into parts to make the card. All right, so I didn't need to build this card for you because you saw how it was built, but it's more of a standard size. I did want to show you this with the ornate layers, these 2 cards with the ornate layers, just because they are so pretty. And so this one used the 3 by 4, and this is a 6 by 4 cut, a strip is cut. And then obviously stamped and colored, and then stamped with the set, and very beautiful and easy cards to build. If I decided to do one of these cards for my class, of course, I would send them either this or this strip, and they would have the rest. Of course, they would be stamping and coloring with every time they'd be stamping and coloring their dragonflies and punching them out. I have, obviously, the designer paper and just punch it out from the designer paper. I can't see any comments, so I can't do both at the same time, so I hope everything is okay. So that you can see this and everyone's doing all right. All right, so my next card that I am going to build for you is, I believe, called a flip-flop card, and that's going to be, that's going to be fun to make. And we do it this way, and I'm going to show you how to make that. And then I'm not going to completely make this, but this again is from Bethany Barnard, and she taught us at our team meeting not only about this 1 fold and 5 cards, but she taught us how to build this box. And I had taken a class from her and received this box with this cute little gift inside. I'm going to show you how to build this box. Mine is going to be a little different. Mine does have, again, those stamped out dragonflies and a label on the outside. And what I have here is a little flower, okay, and another little dragonfly. When you open this up, these are actually wildflower seeds, and they come this way. So this would be, this would be such a nice little gift, also for weddings at a table. I think that's really kind of cool. And so I'm going to show you how to basically build this sweet box, thanks to, again, our Bethany Barnard. All right. So let's go ahead and work with building this card. All right, so I have prepped things so that it goes fairly easy. So in the files, I do not believe I mentioned how to cut the card here. And what you want to do is you want to cut the card at 2 inches. And once you cut the card at 2 inches, you are then going to cut, so that would be, this was the full card, and I just cut a 2-inch piece off, and then I cut 1/4 inch off. And I would go ahead, and now I'm going to go and glue this down. And that's my first step. That I am in your view. And there we go. And so all I would do is center this piece. And there we go. That's number 1. Number 2 is, what I need to do is I am going to cut from a 6x4. So this was a 6x4 right here. I'm going to cut out a piece that is 3 5/8 by 4 and scored at 1/4 inch. All right. And I'm going to score the 1/4 inch on the 3 by 5/8 side, because I need to fold that over like that. All right. And I need my 6x4 card, and I'm going to glue these 2 together. All right. So the way I do that is I'm going to try and find the center here best I can, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that here, making sure, of course, that I'm upright, which I am. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that is centered as much as possible, and glue that down. Score that at 1/4 inch. And I want to make sure that that's pretty flat because of that back. All right. In the original that I saw, and unfortunately I forget the name now, it was an 1/8 of an inch, and I thought that was too small. So, I thought that was too small, and so I decided that I would go with 1/4 inch fold over. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to center that, and I'm going to use my other card as my guide there to help me. There you go. There you go. That looks great. So this is pretty easy. As you see, I used two 6x4s and cut the one to size. So that's the flap. And then I'm going to make sure that's good and glued down. And then I have a piece of white cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 6, scored at 3, because this is going to be my inside. All right. So, and what I'm going to do on this is, what's real important is you're going to make sure that what I do, I'm going to just erase that just to make sure that we don't see it at the end. So that I don't forget size. What you want to do is you want to do it as usual. You want to glue one end, this end first, and you glue that here. That down. Now what I would do is make sure you get a good crease in there. Make sure you get a good crease. I was getting too close to myself again. Sorry about that. So you get a good crease in there. You put that in there and do that side first. And then I notice I'm a little high. So what I'm going to do is bring that down a little bit. It was a little too high. Sorry. That probably moved. Good. Good. A little bit, move that there. Make sure. There you go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and glue this piece now on. And let it just move. Let it slide. I do like that glue because you do want to let it slide, and you want to make sure that you get this crease in there nicely so it doesn't fold on you like that. It's a very, very easy card. Look at there. See? It's like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what's left is this. So just the flip-flop part. Now, with the flip-flop part, you can use a light colored piece. I just thought there's enough design going on here that this is sufficient. And this is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then what I did is I used our great little corner punch, our trio corner punch, and use that to clip off the corners. And then I'm going to stamp, and then what we do is simply we go ahead and just put the dimensionals on this one side, and then we are good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So again, the only color that they would be using would be Mossy Meadow during this class. So all I have to do is send them one ink spot. And the first part of this card is to put these on. And basically what I do here is as you see, is I'm going to put this all the way up here. Stamp that like that. Don't know why that didn't come out. Maybe the thing, I'm not sure. meadow. It's fine. I don't know why that's not coming out very dark, but never fear, my pen is here. I do color a lot with Wrights, and so I don't know, maybe it dried up a little bit, but this will do the trick for sure. This will be dark enough, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that right there. Did tilt it a little bit. Go like that. Yeah, there you go. And then I do one more. Right here, just a little bit more, like that. And then we have this right here. I'm just going to test this and see if that's better. That might be okay. Just go ahead and stamp that. There you go. That worked out. What I need to do now is just put my little pieces right on here at the edge, and my card is done. That's all there is to this card. Sure. Do you want to make sure that you put it just right at the edge. Here. I'm going to center this. Sorry about my little doggy. Hopefully my husband will be taking care of that. There you go. There you go. There it is. There are those. There's this. And there's your card. 1, 2, and 3. What a great little card. Easy card. And fun card. There you go. All right. So that's that card. And now I would like to talk about the box and how the box works. I'm very sorry if you hear my little puppy barking. So sorry. Okay. So you use your standard, I'm going to show it to you this way. To make this box, you are going to use your standard 6x4 card. And this is obviously the front, and you'd open it up this way, and I'm going to turn it over. So this represents the inside of the card, and I'm going to cut right away 1 inch off, okay, leaving you 7.5 inches across, all right? Once you've done that, you are going to go ahead from that piece on, you are going to go ahead and score at 1 inch everywhere along here. All right, so you're going to score 1 inch here, you're going to score 1 inch here, 1 inch here, 1 inch here. Once you have all of those scored, okay, you're going to go ahead and score 1 inch into the inside over here to this part of the card. And what happens then is this is what you want to have, is right here, a score line. Okay, so once that is done, you're going to go ahead and fold all the pieces of your card. So you just go ahead and do all your folds. Make sure all your folds are done. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and cut these edges and miter, obviously right here. These didn't have to be mitered. They seem to work without mitering. And cut these edges. All right, so just the edges of your box is what you're going to cut. All right, and then what you do right here in that center area, in this center area, all right, which ends up to be on this printed section, is you are going to use your straight edge and you are going to draw an X. All right, instead of cutting, you're going to draw an X. You're going to make sure that you go ahead and score that well on both ends. All right, then what you go ahead and do is you are going to go ahead and cut the two little triangles out right here. And my triangles, I saved them so that you could see them. Here are my little triangles right here. Okay, and I just cut those out. Now, this is tricky and you have to be patient. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your two ends and you're going to bring them in like this. Bring them in like this until this folds. Once this starts folding, go ahead and try and pinch it a little bit. But just be careful. This does take some time, but it will work. And again, same thing here. Go ahead and just bring this together. And if you need to score some more, do that. Then what's going to happen is you're going to glue this here. You're going to glue these here like this. And you're going to go ahead and glue this here. All right? Once those pieces are glued, you are going to take your time and fold it. It will fold. It will fold. You'll see. It does fold on itself. And this goes on the outside. This actually goes, I have it backwards. So this will fold, and this goes on the outside. And you can go ahead and close the box. And you can go ahead and close the box. Take your time. All right, it really is easy, but the corners do take some patience, but I think they're worth it. And again, just pinch and then slowly fold. Okay, that's what you're going to do with the box. Of course, I used the little Blooms punch to go ahead and punch this out. And then I glued it right on there. And these you can buy from Amazon in bulk and then gift them to somebody. It'd be great for Easter also. These are spring flowers. If you want the site, I will attach it to this stream, and we should be good. I think I have shown you what I wanted to show you. This class is really easy and fun, and I hope you enjoyed seeing these different cards and how the cards and more are so versatile and so fun. They are my favorite. I really do love the cards and more and enjoy making them. All right, so hope you have a great day, and be seeing you soon. All right. Bye-bye. And thank you. All right. So that is the video. Again, cards and more, kits, way to go. Check me out on Facebook on Renee's, R-E-N-E-E, ''S, Paper Crafts. Join my group so that you can find out current information about stamping cards and paper crafts with Stampin' Up!